Welcome back to HiveState Bakugan. If you're following along, this is part 3. This is the Haos part of the Resurgence set review. So, without further introduction, let's go on to the cards. First one we'll be talking about is Blinding Light. This card is an action that costs 2 energy, and you get plus 200 B power for each hero you have in play. This card is either hot garbage or fantastic, depending on the way that you're playing your deck. All you need for this card to be on par is 2 heroes in play. If you're spamming them and you have 3, 4, 5, 6 heroes in play, however many, this card can get out of hand really quick and rival some of Aquas's big boosts. So if you're playing this with Aquas, 2 energy to play this to get quite a big boost because of your heroes, a couple more energy to play something with a flow effect. I like this card a whole lot in the right decks. Divine Inspiration is next. This is just, in my opinion, bad. It costs 4 energy and only gives you 7 extra damage. 8 is what it should do as a baseline. And there are better things to play with 4 energy, so no thank you. Next is Divine Intervention. Also 4 energy. And this one says you must re-roll your Bakugan. Okay. If you open on the reroll, you can play that Bakugan's evolution card for free. That can be cheeky. It costs 4, so it's a little bit later. But if you're running, let's say, an 8, 9 cost evolution, you can just drop this, and as long as you make your uncontested reroll, you got bigger and better stuff. If you're good at rolling, it's a good card. Then we have Energy Draw. 2 energy for this for plus 500 B. That's a good one. I would run this. 2 energy is good, it's cheap. 500 B power is enough to get you by an early game. And if you save up 2 of these, it's enough to do quite a bit late game. It's just above curve and it's decent. I like it. Haos Blessing is 2 energy also, plus 4 damage. That's good, that's on par. And you may reroll a Bakugan. So, don't like your core, want a new one? You can do it. Did you miss your roll? Well, plus 4 damage and you get another shot. It's a pretty good card. A Spirit Guide, 3 energy for this one, plus 400 B power, and you reroll your Bakugan. I don't like this one as much. 3 normally gives you 6. That's on par. 3 for 4 isn't good, even with the reroll effect. This is not a card I would play. Holy Flame is next, and this is a card that I would play. It's 1 for 300 B. That's good. That's really good. That's more than par. So, yeah, play that. But then it gets better. If you have a Green Fist, which if you're running this, you probably do, plus 600 instead. That is a 1 energy plus 600, as long as you're holding a Green Fist, which is also boosting your damage. This is a good card early or late game. This will almost always bump you up enough, of course, depending on what the versus is. But this is just fantastic. I can say no more. It's fantastic. Karmic Balance is what will be next. I really like the art for this card. That has nothing to do with the actual card. I just like the art. 3 energy, plus 3 Frost Strike to a Haos Bakugan. It's... for the Frost Strike deck that I was working on, it didn't work for a specific reason. It's paying 1 for 1 specifically for Haos, so it's okay. But I don't know how many decks this would be able to be ran in. We'll see. Mega Punch is next. This is an awesome card that turns on so many abilities in so many different decks. 1 energy, you get to attach a Green Fist from the field to an open Bakugan. Let's talk about how simple that is and how good that is. Green Fist specifically will turn on so many effects. So many Bakugan have Green Fist effects. It's one of the reasons there's so many Green Fist decks out there. On top of that, it says an open Bakugan, so you could attach it to your opponent If you know your opponent's already winning, whether it be a trap core or just a core that won't technically affect them, that way you can turn on some of your flip cards that stops green fists. So you're helping them just a bit to be able to stop what they're trying to do. That's a good use for it. Again, still 1 energy. The fact it's 1 energy, if you're pairing this with Aquas, this is a super, super easy way to turn on flow. And you're getting domination as well. So that's 1 card turning on 2 faction abilities. That's really good, and it's only 1 energy. Unless you're not playing a Green Fist deck, then it's just eh. But it's still good. This is oof. Pegatrix Drill. Pegatrix Drill costs 4. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Domination. Your Bakugan are holding the most Baku cores, plus 5 damage and plus 2 Frost Strike. Weirdly enough, I think I like this card. Only if you have domination. But actually, if you just want a battle and you want the draw 2 cards, that's not bad either. If you have something that can duplicate this effect and make it go twice, oh, that's fantastic. But all in all, I do like this card. I'd run it. I do run it. Shield of the Faithful. Oh, this caused some controversy, didn't it? This card's, you know what? I'm not even going to touch the artwork. It has 5 energy, plus 9 damage. That's not good. If the Bakugan's holding a shield, draw 2 cards. I don't think that's what I want to play with 5 energy. I don't. No. Evolutions. Diamond Dabbing Kubo for 6 energy is a 710. Nope. Diamond Gortheon for 5 energy is a 413. Also probably no. Diamond Pegatrix Ultra. This one's a yes. This one's a hard yes. For 5 energy, it's a 1010. That okay is good. For 5 energy, it's 1000 B power and 10 damage. Alone, it's okay, I guess, but the effect, if this has 2 or more Baku cores attached to it, plus 1000 B, whether you're playing Mega Punch or Consort, it's automatically also giving this an extra 1000 B power. Doesn't have to be a Green Fist. If you consort a Magic Shield onto this that's giving it plus 650, for the cost of consort, if this is already on the field, you're giving it plus 1650 for like, what is the cost, 2 or 3? This has so much combo potential, and it can be played in so many wonderful ways. It's a good card. Hyper Dragonoid's the next evolution. 2 energy to evolve this one. 700 B power and 4 damage. When you play this, give a Bakugan plus 300 B. Basically, the way I look at this is it's a bad action card that will kind of help another Bakugan. The 700 B power is good for 2. I will give it that. The 400 damage is eh. And the plus 300 will often not help you. It might help a little bit early game, which I believe is when this is intended, but in the long run, I don't know. Hyper Hydrus, however, 3 energy for 600. 6 damage. Okay, it's a little more balancey. Constant 2 Frost Strike. Anytime this wins, things are just too harder to play. If you're running Frost Strike stuff, this might be worth looking into. It's about the only time I think, though. Hyper Pegatrix Ultra. This one only costs 2, 500 B power, 7 damage, and if this has 2 or more Baku cores attached to it, plus 500. Also, pretty good. The 5-drop is, of course, a lot better for what it is. And I feel like this would just take up a little too much space that you could be using other things to grab things and boost just the little bit you need until you can play the 5-drop. So I think I'm a pass on this one quite often and do the other instead. But it's okay. It's not the worst 2-drop I've seen, not near. Hyper Serpentine only costs 1, and it's actually pretty cool. For 1 energy, it becomes 600 B power, which it's good. It's on the higher end of the core Bakugan, and well, I mean, you do have to pay for it, and you have to draw it as well. And the 4 damage isn't great, but its effect is also real nice. If it has 2 or more Bakugans attached to it, plus 10 damage. So it's a 1-drop evolution that you can, on the next turn, play and attach a Green Fist. If you already rolled and stood on, let's say, a Green Fist, you're getting plus damage from both Green Fists, then plus an extra 10, and this is what? Turn 2? As long as you won the battle or was uncontested, that puts in some work. So I'm okay with this card. Maximus Mantanoid Ultra will be next. 6 energy for this one at 1100 B power, so it's okay. The 8 damage isn't bad either. And if you have 3 or more hero cards in play, you can play it for free. This will almost always be played for free, in my humblest opinion. You don't really want to pay 6 for this, just for what it is. But if you're playing the right cards, this can easily just pop out and be a strong Bakugan. I'm okay with it fully. Maximus Maxitar Ultra, 7 energy for this one, so it's a little steep, quite a bit steep. 1300 B power. Okay, that's decent. 10 damage, also good. So far we're doing well. When you play this, you may play a hero for free. Huh. Depending on how you're running your hero spam, if you're doing, let's say, something with Darkus, I mean, that's a free Magnus. That's a way to do that. And it does cost 7, so that's expensive. You're still playing 7 for the hero. And its stats are just, But you are getting an extra card play out of this. I think in the right decks, this can be done pretty well. Titan Gortheon Ultra. A lot of people like this card. I'm not one of them. I can see running this card in a couple kinds of decks, but not many. Whenever you play it, it destroys all other evolutions, including yours. So it costs 6 for a board wipe. That's not the worst. Especially whenever your opponent's starting to build up and they have some good evolutions and you can just drop this and boom. But the only way that I see playing this is if this is the only evolution in your deck. Now there are other ways that you can do it. If you're running cheap evolutions, when you use them to drop it, do something, and you don't care about them, that's fine. But if you pair this with 2 other Bakugan that can pretty much take care of themselves with some action cards, at any point in time, you can just wipe their field and make your Bakugan stronger. I think I like this in maybe a hero spam, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We won't see. Titan Crocelius Ultra, 4 energy for this card, 800 B power, 8 damage, also This, for 4 energy, I think this, at 3 this would be good, at 4 this is just okay. Titan Mantanoid, also 4 energy, 900 B power for this one, okay, 5 damage, and you can re-roll if you miss. Maybe a decent new player card, I don't know. Titan Nilius Ultra. This one costs 6 energy. Domination. If your Bakugan are holding the most Bakugans, it costs 3 less to play. This one had a misprint originally, but you probably already know that. This card for 3 energy, Good card, very good card, play it. This card for 6 energy. No, yeah. So it's good if you can use it with its domination. Titan Trox is the next one. This one's interesting. Costs 6 to evolve for 1000 B power and 8 damage. Not a huge fan of that. If you land on a Mystic Shield or a Magic Shield, plus 5 Frost Strike. I do like that little thing. But Magic Shields are a bit harder to come by. Landing on them will be a little bit farther and fewer and farther between, I believe is the phrase. I'm very hesitant with this one. It could probably surprise me, but for that B power at that energy cost, and the fact that it's not just 5 Frost Strike, you have to accomplish a specific role to give it that, it's not my favorite. We're into flip cards now for this faction. Confuse is the first one. For 1 energy, you can stop Flaming Fist or Mystic Shields. The 2 that are less common but stronger, you can stop for 1. Okay, I'm a little on the fence with this one. Dazzle, 0 to stop a Helix. I haven't seen enough Helixes to make this relevant. Haos Curse. This, I don't think anyone should play. 4 energy to destroy an Evo card, but you're not stopping damage. If, I don't know, no, there's nothing to talk, just bad card. Trick Trap, 0 to play a hero that costs 3 or less for free. Okay, I mean, it's a free one. It's a free flip. That's, yes, keep that on track. You get to play a hero that costs 3 or less for free. That doesn't matter too much, but it's for free. It's actually free. You're paying nothing. You take a little bit of damage, you're getting a little bit of something in return. I like this. I would play it. I'd run it. Shargo Ronin. 1 energy for this card. When you open a Bakugan, it gets an extra 100B. Yeah, it's cheap if you want it just for the numbers of heroes you got, but this is the pretty one. Strata. He costs 3, but he immediately makes all of your heroes cost 2 less to play. If it's turn 4 and you have 2 Stratas, you can play them both and make everything cost 4 less to play. So technically, turn 4, you could play 3 Stratas for the cost of like 4. So this has so much potential and I love him. He's actually the end. So I hope you enjoyed this video. There will be another one coming soon-ish. I believe the next one is Pyrus. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe, ring the bell so you know when it happens. But, I mean, whether you do or whether you don't, you'll see me when you see me.